John Beltran back at Jack Summers Field in Berthoud. The Beat Diggers lead 7-0 as we go to the third inning. 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Tyler Monday, Trevor Blake, and Gregory Maris against the second pitcher, Vinny Grind. Brush with 2 in the first and 5 in the second. Monday had an RBI single driving in Garcia, as Brush had 6 hits in that second inning. So here we go with Monday, who picked up his first hit of the year in his previous plate appearance. Grind, with nobody on base, will work out of the stretch. And the offering. Swing and a miss and a ball down and in. No balls and 1 strike. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on and tapped foul off the end of the bat towards the Digger dugout on the slow curve. 0-2 to Tyler Monday. Monday started a couple of games this year after the Fort Morgan Spring Classic behind the plate. Done a nice job for Brush, the 0-2. Curveball waved at and missed in the dirt. Rubinson will have to throw him out, and does, and there's 1 down in the top of the third inning. As Monday strikes out, the first strikeout recorded by a Berthoud pitcher in Game 2. Trevor Blake is 4 for 4 in the doubleheader. He singled and scored in the second, as he will bat for the Beat Diggers. At 502 Ensign in downtown Fort Morgan, the place to shop for all of your appliance needs is B&B Appliance, a member of the Brand Source Retail Program. The pitch, swung on and grounded left side, headed for left field, and Blake is now 5 for 5 in the doubleheader as he comes up with a base hit, the 8th of the game for Brush. He was hitting in the 200s for a while. And here's Dylan Acosta to run for Blake. Speed replaces speed, but since Blake is pitching, he's going to take a break. Maris walked and scored and singled and scored. He's 1 for 1, the offering. And he takes the breaking ball for a strike at the knees. No balls and 1 strike to Gregory Maris. The stretch and the offering. Another breaking ball, strike 2. Maris thought that was outside, but it was called a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, that did look outside from here. Brush leads 7-0 in the third. Short lead at first for Acosta. The pitch. Breaking ball is up and in. 1-2. Brush has had 3 big innings today. The 11-run first and the 6-run fifth in Game 1 and a 5-run second in Game 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the offering. Bounces in, goes through Rubinson all the way to the screen. Acosta around first, and he's to second base on the wild pitch. Maris with a man in scoring position. The first game was a quick hour and 34 minutes. Approximate start time of Game 2 about 6 minutes early at 5:54. And we're in the third. And the 2-2 pitch to Maris. Swung on and drilled in the left center field for a base hit, headed for the alley. Rounding third is Acosta. He will score. Maris around first. He's into second with an RBI double. And Brush leads Berthoud at 8-0. That'll send up Jesus Cardenas. Jesus in the game with a couple of walks, including one that drove in a run in that second inning. So 2 plate appearances and no at-bats. Stretched by Vinny Grind, the offering. And that is low and away with a breaking ball. 1 ball and no strikes. So Brush has scored in each of the first 3 innings. Looking back, Cardenas awaits, and that bounces in, blocked by Rubinson. 2-0. The big hit in this game was the bases clearing double by the on-deck hitter Christian Baez. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch, runner going to third, and that's taken up and in, and the throw to third is late, and Maris has an easy stolen base. Let's see if the infield plays in to try and cut off the run. Whitfield, the shortstop, ranges in towards the edge of the grass, and here comes the rest of the infield. Squaring the bunt, takes it for a strike. 3-1 to Cardenas. Benny Grind with a runner at third and one out. One across so far here in the third. Stretches. And the 3-1 offering. Swung on and drifting foul off to the right and out of play. 3-2 to Jesus. Your one-stop shop for all of your banking and investment needs, from checking to savings to IRAs, is Morgan Federal Bank, 321 Ensign Street. Morgan Federal Bank, there's a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 3-2. Maris off of third. The pitch. Swung on and hit on the ground slowly on the right side. Fielded by Grimes. Throws to first, and that is low. And in time, Maris races for the plate and scores. And the Beatniggers now lead 9-0. No RBI as Maris took off once a throw was made by the pitcher Grind over to the first baseman Peachin for the second out. Christian Baez is 1 for 2. We mentioned the 3-run double. He also grounded to short. So the bases are empty. And Brush up by 9 in the third. The offering. Upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. One with a heater. The Beatniggers could be 9 outs from there. 13th win of the year. They score a couple more runs. Grounded to third. Oh, that one goes right through the third baseman into left field, anticipating a hop over there. Was Schuster. And Baez reaches. That'll bring up Shea Hansen. Yeah, we're going to have to call that a straight-up error. Schuster just didn't get down on the ball. He was waiting for the hop, but it just stayed down, and not necessarily a bad hop, just a misjudged one there. First error of the game by either side, and Hansen takes a strike. It's 0-1. So the inning is extended here. Hansen with a sac fly, and he singled and stole second. 1 for 1 in the game. The pitch. Swung on and tapped slowly foul up the third base side. He was fisted on that one. It's 0-2. The Beatniggers so far played errorless baseball. Over 7 innings of defense. No balls and 2 strikes to Hansen. Short lead at first. The pitch. Oh, strike 3 on the changeup on the outer half, and the inning is over. The Beatniggers scored 2 runs on 2 hits, 1 error, and a man left. 2.5 complete in game 2. The Beatniggers are vying for the doubleheader sweep. They lead Berthoud 9-0 on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com. Well, Shea Hansen is the new pitcher as Trevor Blake moves to left field, so Trevor cannot be the pitcher of record. Did a nice job over 2 innings. Did walk a couple in the first, but had a 1-2-3 second. So we'll see who will be the pitcher of record. It could be Hansen. The hard-throwing right-hander had quite a bit of action last year. But with the pitching staff well established this year, he's been primarily in left field and as a DH, and of course he's also had some shoulder issues that have kept him sidelined, at least as a pitcher, so he will throw here in the third inning to the 8, 9, and 1 hitters, Austin Binding, Michael Stromquist, and Vinny Grine, as Brush leads Berthoud 9-0 in game 2 after winning the opening game 19-3. After this, as we mentioned, we'll have the Rockies and Arizona Diamondbacks coming up. First pitch at 7:40 from Arizona. We hope to pick up that game as soon as it begins. Rockies on deck will start in just over 20 minutes. We won't be on time for that, but depending upon the length of this game, we could be right there for first pitch as the Rockies try to make it a series win on the road, something they've been very successful at this season. Hansen taking an additional warm-up toss. And we will begin the bottom of the third inning with the Beatniggers leading 9-0. Austin Binding did not play in the opening game. And he now steps in. Wind and the pitch. Fastball is low. You're going to see a lot of heat here from Hansen. Brush with 2 in the first, 5 in the second, 2 in the third. 1-0 offering. Fastball is up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. And just like with Trevor Blake, Shea Hansen will probably need a few pitches to really get into the flow of the game. And the 2-0 to Bending. Fastball high again. 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. Let's see if Hansen can throw a strike on this pitch. And he does not inside. It's a 4-pitch walk. Third walk issued by a beat digger pitcher. Here's another lefty in Michael Stromquist. Stromquist stepping in, playing left field in game 2. He did not play in the opening game. And this is tough. Hansen has to contend with 2 lefties to begin this inning. The pitch outside. It's throwing hard, but hasn't found the strike zone yet. Well, this is what happened with Benny Grind. He threw 5 balls for Berthoud, then really settled in after that. Let's see if Hansen could throw his first strike here on the 1-0. That's right down the middle. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. At 1201 East Platte Avenue at Fort Morgan. Stop by and get what you need to refuel on game days at Edwards, Right Price Market, and Flowerland. The pitch, fastball, inside, 2-1. With Eric Moss on deck, or check that, with Benny Grind on deck. 2 balls and 1 strike. And the offering, strike with a fastball at the knees. It's 2-2. Yeah, when Hansen has that fastball working, he's tough to hit. 2 balls, 2 strikes with a man on and nobody out in the bottom of the third. Brush up by 9. The offering, swing and a miss and a fastball up and in, and there's 1 down. And that's the first strikeout by a beat digger pitcher. Here is Vinny Grind, the first right-hander that Hansen will face. Grind walked in the first. The stretch and the offering. Swung on and grounded over the mound. The second baseman, Mayer, has the ball go off his shoulder into shallow center field on a terrible hop. Retrieving it is Baez, and runners will be at the corners. That'll be a base hit for Grind. That ball was unfieldable. What a horrendous hop that was. Mayers is lucky he wasn't hurt on that play. That's the first hit by Berthoud. Here is Eric Moss. That took an awful hop. Moss grounded to second in the first inning. That was a double play grounder, but without a true hop, there was no way they were even going to get 1 out. And Monday relays the signals once again to Shea Hansen. Runners taking their leads. Grind has a pretty sizable lead at first. The stretch. The pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball in the outside corner. It's 0-1. Moss is 1 for 4 in the doubleheader. He was 1 for 3 in the opening game. No balls, 1 strike. Monday lays down the sign. Hansen stretches. And the pitch. Swung on and grounded towards left field. Timing is Whaler. He's going to throw to second, and he's going to throw it up the right field line. Godinez is going to back up. Godinez now throws to second, and that is late. It will be a single and an error because that flip to second by Whaler, I think, would have been late. The Beat Diggers commit their first error. Run scores as Bending crosses home plate. It's 9-1, and 2 runners are in scoring position. As Grind advanced to third, and Moss into second. The stretch. The offering. Fastball. Must have been high. It's 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and Whaler made a fabulous play, but unfortunately to no avail. The pitch. Fastball high again. 2-0. It's a low strike zone here in game 2. Jordan Yee on deck. Berthoud is looking to get back into this game, trailing 9-1 with 2 on and 1 out in the third. 2-0. And that one's off the glove of Monday, but only a few feet behind him. 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Let's see if Hansen can come back on Logan Schuster. He throws it over the plate, but low. It's a walk, the second issued by Hansen in the inning. Here's Jordan Yee, who had that soft liner that resulted in a double play to end the first inning. Yeah, a couple of base hits, and Berthoud's right back in the game. They do have 2 hits in the inning, the stretch. The offering. Fastball, a strike on the outer half, thigh high, it's 0-1. He had a triple in game 1, and he later scored. Hansen looks in, the stretch. And the 0-1 offering. Looked pretty good from here, but it's called a ball. 1-1, I couldn't even tell. It must have been a little bit up and in. That is a tight zone at this point, at least from this vantage point. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The bases loaded, 1 across for Berthoud. The pitch, low and away, goes all the way to the screen. And here comes Vinny Grant. He will score on the wild pitch. Other runners advance. It's 9-2. With 2 balls and 1 strike. This is the first multiple run inning for Berthoud on the day. Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. Keep in mind your full-service florist with a whole lot more as the Flower Peddler. Come in and see what's in store at 322 Main Street in downtown Fort Morgan. The Flower Peddler. The pitch swung on and fouled off the catcher Monday. 2-2. And the bait diggers are going to have to bring out some sticks here just to get those runs back once they get to the 4th inning. As Berthoud is now down by 7. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Monday being checked on. That ball might have got his right shoulder by head coach Mark Muniz, but he seems to be okay. 2-2 to Jordan Yee. With the runners in scoring position, a base hit gets Berthoud maybe 4 runs in the frame. The stretch and the offering. Swinging and a miss on a breaking ball. That was a beauty by Hansen. There's 2 down. And that was the best pitch unleashed by the senior Shea Hansen. Here's Luke Whitfield, who popped to center in the 2nd. The 2 outs recorded in this inning have been Hansen's strikeouts. The pitch swung on and popped foul. Out of play behind the screen. It's 0-1. And now Shea looks pretty comfortable out there after struggling with a couple of walks earlier in the frame to go along with a wild pitch. No balls and 1 strike on the shortstop Whitfield. The stretch and the pitch and the breaking balls on the inside corner for a strike. 0-2. Well, that pitch is lethal. He's thrown 2 good ones here in the last 3 pitches. Hansen stretches. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball is tapped out and fouled and out of play. Another effective curveball thrown by Hansen. Looking to strike out the side in the 3rd, even though Berthoud has scored twice already. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, 2 on, 2 in. The pitch. Swung on and line towards left field. Coming on is Blake. He's going to play it on a hop. 1 run is in. Here comes the 2nd run across as Schuster will slide in safely. Advancing to 2nd, and the throw. Mares applies the tag. And out. At second base is Whitfield. The inning is over. However, Berthoud scores 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 Pete Digger error, and the bases were left empty. The score, Brush 9, Berthoud 4, as we go to the 4th after this on 1010 KSIR and KSIR.com.